Well, Brian, we are back here for another Kansas State Fair, my friend.
Yes, we are.
So you have got a ton of things going on. First of all, I was looking through this guide. This guide is amazing. If you want to hold that up, that is, wow.
It's pocket size, easy
What goes into putting that together every year?
Well, we hire a intern, and besides all the other graphic stuff that this person does, it's their responsibility to design, layout our visitor guide every year, and working with our team to make sure that everything that's going on at the state fair is highlighted.
Yeah.
2 years ago, we decided that we were not going to put the daily schedule in here because we have to have these printed by, I think it's like the middle of July.
Yep.
And if you can imagine the day that it went to press, we probably had 5 or 6 changes. And then when you get it, there's so many updates that have to be done. Then we have to do printings. So now what we're doing is we're putting everything online. There's actually a flip version. If you go out to our website, you can see the flip version of this. But when you come in on Friday, there will be a daily schedule that will tell everything that's going on from open to close.
That's awesome. Well, I will have to say that last year's guide, I didn't see an issue with it, but I know that I had heard a lot of people complain about it. And this year is, as far as, I didn't have a problem with last year's guide, but this year is like leaps and bounds.
Well, I had a problem with it because it was printed on newsprint, and what was happening, it was bleeding really bad.
Oh.
And a lot of the verbiage in there was kind of, it was tough to read.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, with my old eyes, it was tough. But this year, they were able to get on a little better quality paper,
Yeah, this is
and it's
fantastic.
a lot more crisp.
So you've got everything you need in here. One of the things that you guys kick off on the 5th, and Sunflower Seniors Got Talent. Is this new?
Last year, we brought this on.
This sounds just wild.
It's pretty amazing. I think the oldest gentleman last year was 103 years old. And it's a talent contest. It's just like America's Got Talent. And they get up there and they sing and they dance and they play accordion. I don't know what everything is this year, but I mean, it's quite the feat of things going on here.
That's great. And then I noticed you have goat yoga.
Yes.
Which apparently, right before we went on, you were telling me and Big Will here that you had a line last year.
Yeah, we did goat yoga twice. So our special events team this last year said, let's do it 5 times. We're working with Blue Cross Blue Shield. They've actually donated mats for people to come in and do their yoga. I just got off the phone with the lady that's bringing in her babies. We'll have 7 baby goats that are coming in. Some of them are just a few weeks old, bottle babies, and they love to jump around. And so you could be down in the downward dog, and next thing you know, you got a baby goat on your back. And
That's
like I
awesome.
told Will, they could be nibbling on your ears.
Well,
you never know.
You never know. Something else that you do every year, which is just, I always thought it sounded so strange, but you get a crowd. It's this September 12th, the celebrity goat milking thing.
Yes. I think we have 6 teams of 3, and it's pretty interesting seeing some of the city kids going up underneath the goat.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Every year you always have the instructors who are always like, you got to do this,
Yep.
you got to do that.
We give everybody the same opportunity to learn.
Yeah.
The priests for several years in a row, they must have had a ringer in there, or they had the big man upstairs watching over them. They won for several years in a row. Last year, the Hutch Fire Department won. It's teams of 3. It's kind of a round robin type of a bracket system. So they so much time of milking, they measure it, go on to the next ones, and then they have a milk off. And it's pretty amazing.
It is interesting. And then you have the Pronto Pup eating contest, which is wild every year.
You start out with Dwight brings out the big Papa Pops, and that's the first one you have to eat. And then after that, it's the small ones. And I think last year it was 1 big one and 8 or 9 of the small ones within 10 minutes.
Wow.
And I can get through one of them, and it's like that's why I don't get into the contest. They're amazing, but yeah, I'm not a fast food eater.
So you've got something else that I find absolutely amazing is the grandstand. I remember years ago, whenever you guys would announce, the grandstand acts, people would just flood Facebook with blah, 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 and they were madder than hell. And I don't see that anymore, and I can see why. Because you've got, if you would have told me years ago that you could have got Jeff Dunham to come to the fair, that I wouldn't have believed you.
Well, a little secret on that one. Jeff Dunham actually called our agent, Romeo Entertainment Group, and said, I want to do Kansas. So he asked to come here.
Wow.
So
That is
the reputation that we're building, last year, if you remember, Riley Green and Ella Langley, Ella and Riley were both very small. When they got here, we had it was close to 8,800 people in the grandstands from when we booked them in early year to September. Same thing with like Luda this year. I mean, we're going to have an enormous amount of people in the grandstand. Dunham's got huge crowd numbers, so
that is just amazing that you guys are able to make that happen every year. So tell me about the you guys always have like a marketing thing you do every year. So where did Get Fairified come from?
Well, it's kind of one of those things of people coming out to the fair and just learning about the fair, being happy when they're out here, and our marketing agency, Bauercom, came up with the tagline, Let's Get Fairified.
That's awesome.
Then we have Ike, our bison, who's our mascot. He goes out and he's got a pronto pup about that long, and he dubs you that you're fairified and you win prizes. So yeah, it's pretty amazing. So that's been our theme for the last 2 years. We've got a really cool one that'll kick off for 2026. So pretty excited about all that stuff.
Now, something else that you have, which this is awesome, and if a 9-year-old Jiggy would have, I would love to be involved in this, stick horse races.
Yes.
Hell, a 44-year-old Jiggy would want to be involved in stick horse races.
Well,
at this point,
that has become a huge thing, as is mutton busting.
Yes.
Last
year I was out here, and there was you guys had quite the crowd.
We actually had a youngin last year that wrapped his legs around the neck, grabbed the back end of the sheep, and ran the whole distance backwards. And that was pretty impressive.
God works in mysterious ways.
Exactly.
Kansas
Yes,
State Fair,
absolutely.
So something else that you guys have, which I have been hearing nothing but wild things about, is the saltwater taffy. And you have saltwater taffy.
So this year we are bringing back saltwater taffy. We are working with our foundation, the Kansas Fairgrounds Foundation. It was in 2019 when we last had saltwater taffy out here. We had a gentleman and his family that were here year after year. And right after COVID, they had some family issues. A couple of them passed away, and they've decided that they won't be coming back. And the foundation, we sat in a board meeting one day and we said, you know what, let's bring that back as a fundraiser for upgrades to the fairgrounds. Yeah. And so we sat and we put together over 10,000 8-ounce bags of saltwater taffy. There are 5 different flavors and then an assorted pack. They're $10 a piece or 3 for $25. You can get them either at the 1861 Club or at the merchandise booth, which is right out here by the interactive fountain. It's going to be a great, one of those things that is a tradition at any fair. Like Iowa has their cookies, Minnesota has their cookies, Wisconsin has their cream puffs. Yeah. Well, we're gonna be known for our saltwater taffy. So
that's awesome. Something else that you guys do, which doesn't get enough coverage, is the STEM activities.
Yes, our education.
I went over there. I've been going over there probably 3-4 years in a row now, and that is a great deal. I wish more people would take advantage of that. Talk to us.
Yeah. Well, our education manager, Melissa Blake, she is really, really in tune with STEM and all the projects there. And actually, we're waiting to see if our grant was approved. This will get us even more STEM opportunities, STEM kits that we can do, not only during the fair, but, the fair is 10 days, but we do about 500 to 600 other events during the year out here at the Kansas State Fair grounds. And one of the things that Melissa does in our education department is on a monthly basis, brings in kids from all over and does fun activities on a Saturday. So they can learn all that kind of stuff, doing STEM projects or learning where the food comes from. So, and this will kind of be incorporated into our new building, the Bison Arena's Ag Innovation Center. We just finished the first phase of that, and that was a $5.2 million phase of getting all the exterior of the building done. Phase 2 will start in about 2 weeks after the fair. That will put in about 13,000 square feet of usable space in that building, and then we're in the fundraising to try finishing out the building. When we're done, it'll be about 41,000 square feet of interactive displays, learning about agriculture, learning about where your food comes from, all the businesses that are tied to agriculture. So that's a big part of it. We'll also move all the education pieces into that. It will be, if you've ever been to Chuck E. Cheese, all those interactive games, that's what this will be. But you'll be learning about where your food comes from, about all kinds of agricultural products, and also jobs, because we are 5 to 7 generations removed from the family farm. Kids don't even know where their food comes from. Yeah. We hear down at the livestock barn, where are the pink cows? I saw the white cows, I saw the brown cows, but where are the pink cows? Because that's where the pink milk comes from, right? And it's like, no, unfortunately not. But so that's one of
cows. That would be awesome if they were
here.
Yeah,
exactly. That would be a draw.
Photo opportunity ever, maybe.
So that is something we need to teach young and old where their food comes from. It's not from the Walmarts, the Krogers, the Dillons. Yeah. We have people that are out there spending endless amount of time and energy making sure that we're feeding everybody in the United States and the world.
Well, yeah. Anything else that I've missed here? Because it seems like
it is just 10 full days of packed fun. I mean, we have, I think Melissa told me, have 90 to 100 marching bands coming in from the state.
Oh, yeah, the marching band deal.
That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. People always ask me, Brian, how can I get in for cheap or free? Well, and I understand there's a lot of people on a very fixed budget. So the best thing I can tell you to do is go out to kansasstatefair.com and plan your day, because Monday is Dylan's Dollar Day. If you're a Dylan's Rewards Club member, you get in free, or it's $1. If you're 55 and older, on opening day Friday, you show up and it's $2. On Friday, the second Friday is Chiefs Red Friday, sponsored by the Kansas Lottery. If you're a Lottery Play-On member, you show your app, you get in for $2.
Oh, wow.
After
that
4.
I did not know. That's pretty badass.
We have 4 after 4, Tuesday and Wednesday. If you come in after 4 o'clock, it is $4. After 9 o'clock, it's $5. Okay. So there's opportunities. We had great wristband sales pre-fair. So yeah, there's lots of opportunities. You just have to watch.
So all this and these guides and just wow, what is your typical day like during the fair?
Oh, I don't know that there's a typical.
When does that start and when does that end for you?
I try being here between 6:30 and 7 every morning. We have a team meeting at 8 o'clock. We have a board meeting at 9 or 9:30, depending on. We have a lot of events like the chamber breakfast. We do a veterans breakfast out here. Like the Department of Ag does a lunch out here. The governor's out here one of the days. So we'll have staff meeting, we'll have board meeting, and then it's a matter of just going out and getting things going for the day in meetings. Wow. And then about 5 o'clock, I head to the Grandstand to see what I can do down there. And we get the shows going and try getting home by 11:30. Wow. And then turn around and
do it all again.
10 days straight of that. But you know what? It is 10 days. We can handle it. It's all good.
Yeah, because you've spent all year trying to put this thing together.
Exactly.
So, might as well. Well, kansasstatefair.com and anything else, Mike?
Well, one of the big things I will say is if you're buying tickets, make sure you're buying them through kansasstatefair.com ticket area. Yeah. That will take you out to our ticketing company called eTix. ETIX is the company we use. We would prefer that you don't go out and use a third-party vendor because we can't guarantee that those tickets
Yep.
are actually going to be there. If
You're
something
also going to
happens,
be paying like double or triple.
you could
for
be,
them,
yep.
so.
But the thing is Sam Smith, you know that infamous Sam Smith.
Yes, the infamous Sam Smith.
He buys tickets from a third-party vendor, and he calls into Margot or her team at the ticket office and said, "Hey, this is Sam Smith. I bought these tickets and they're not working." Well, Margot types in and she says, "I'm sorry, Sam. I have nothing for a Sam Smith." Yeah. But if you buy it through ETIX or the Kansas State Fair, she can go, "Oh yeah, Sam, I've got you for the Ludacris concert. You're in this row, this seat." He goes, "Well, I don't have my tickets. I lost them." Margot can go in there, hit a couple buttons. She can shut down the tickets that are out there, reprint them off because we know they're good. They've been paid for. Yeah. But if Sam goes somewhere else, I can't guarantee that we can help you. Yeah. And the nice thing about it is when you buy your tickets, you also get free gate admission, other than for wrestling and for Demolition Derby, because Monday is free and Tuesday is after 4. So, yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Well, congratulations on another run, baby. You've been on quite the run since you got here.
Well,
so.
You know what? When you have a great team, that's what it does. Everybody's working for the end goal, and that's people having fun when they're here. And we just want to invite everybody out to the Kansas State Fair for 10 great days of Kansas fun.
Good stuff. Well, thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.